Hey guys, welcome to another ThePonderProject Thursday with Jim Plissett. Hope you're all doing well. I'm a little pressed for time today, so I don't know how well edited this is going to be, so please forgive me. First off, I want to say welcome to our newest ponderer. She's French and she's awesome, and you'll see her tomorrow. So this week's subject is embarrassing moments. Actually, it's supposed to be the most embarrassing moment, but I have this remarkable ability to suppress negative memories. So, fortunately or unfortunately, I don't have a most embarrassing moment to share with you, but I will tell you a few of the good ones that I can remember. So let's see here. Oh yeah, one time I was back in college when I was working for the Human Rights Campaign. I was out putting up posters on telephone poles and stuff to try to recruit people to join the Human Rights Campaign. And I was out there minding my own business, putting up some posters. Excuse me. Definitely gonna edit that one out. I was putting up some posters, and all of a sudden, I'm putting up a poster on a light post, and all of a sudden, yeah, I look up, a big black crow had shit on my shoulder, and it was like way up there, and I'm like, oh, if I could get my hands on you. I was just so pissed. And embarrassed. So you know what I did? I took the posters, this big bundle of posters I'm carrying, I threw them over my shoulder like this so that nobody could see the bird shit, and I walked home. Fortunately, I happened to be postering in my own neighborhood that day, so I walked the 2 or 3 blocks to my house holding these posters over my shoulder, and I got home, I threw the fucking things down on the floor, and I took the rest of the day off. I was just so pissed. It was, well, not the rest. I didn't take the whole rest of the day off. I took the next couple hours off, and then when it was time to get back to the office and start doing our canvassing, that's, so I took a few hours off. Traumatic, yes. So, let's see. Got a couple other ones. Oh yeah, this one has to do with me being a surly, self-pitying teenager. Back in high school, I was in a lot of different clubs, like science club, computer club. I was a big nerd. And I know, hard to believe, huh? So anyways, it was my sophomore year. It was the very beginning of the year, and it was our first science club meeting. And the teacher who supervised science club was sort of welcoming everybody back, and one of the things she said was, oh, last year, I just want to welcome back the freshmen who are now sophomores from last year. We got some really great people last year, including Danielle, and Danielle was this really smart girl who was in science club, and she pointed to her, and everybody was like, oh, yay, Danielle. And then under my breath, or I thought it was under my breath, I was like, oh yeah, me too, but nobody cares about me, or something to that effect, something stupid and like, bitchy and self-pitying and whatever. I was an idiot. Well, apparently it wasn't under my breath because the teacher heard, and she was like, oh, and you too, Jim, you too. And everybody turns around and looks at me with this like self-pity, like, oh, we didn't forget about you. And I was just like, oh my god. Yeah, so that was pretty goddamn embarrassing because, yeah, I'll never do that again. Ever since then, I've been like completely humble and like, wow, I don't need the attention, because I'm pretty sure my face turned like beet red, and it always does when I'm embarrassed. So anyways, so yeah, that was a pretty memorable experience right there. What else? Oh yeah, this one is embarrassing but also has a happy ending. So my first date with my boyfriend, who we've been together for over 4.5 years now. Yay! On our first date, we went to this sushi place, and he was just, he's this amazingly good-looking guy, and he was so charismatic and so, like, telling me about all the different, like, experiences he's had in his life. He was just so worldly, and I was so impressed, and I wanted to, like, sort of impress him, I guess, and I was using the chopsticks, because I was very proud. I'm like, well, I can show him that I know how to use chopsticks, maybe he'll be impressed by me. Anyways, so, I picked up a piece of sushi, and, I'd been eating just fine with the chopsticks, but I was a little nervous. And I picked up a piece of sushi, brought it up to my mouth, and it fell. It slipped out of the chopsticks and landed right in the little bowl of soy sauce that was sitting right here in front of me, and splashed all over me this soy sauce. And I was wearing a green zip-up sort of jacket over a white t-shirt. And so, of course, the white t-shirt is completely splattered. And so I thought I did pretty well. I thought I recovered pretty well from the whole incident. I just zipped it up and was like, oops, played it off. Well, he likes to tell the story wherein I was like really embarrassed and turned red and like it was really cute. He says, I don't remember being that embarrassed because I thought that I played it off really well, but he says I was. So yeah, whatever. It was embarrassing, but happy ending. Oh yeah, so a couple of great memories from when I worked at Boston Market in high school. Boston Market is like a chicken, fast food-ish chicken place. I don't know if they have it. They've got it in the Midwest, and they have it, a few of them here on the West Coast too. So yeah, my very first day there, I was carrying this big pan of chicken grease, and wouldn't you know it, like it was this big unwieldy pan, like, because it was at the bottom of the rotisserie, and it was just full of chicken grease. So as I'm carrying it back into the kitchen for proper disposal, I lose my balance sort of, and it starts to tip, and it all spills out all over the floor. My first day at work. Yeah, and it's very difficult to clean up chicken grease. Boy, did I feel like an asshole, and an idiot, and whatever. Yeah. Yeah, it turns out I also said a couple stupid things while I was working there. This one time, this guy, I was taking the sandwich order, and, you know, he always asks, what kind of bread do you want, white or wheat? And the guy was, you know, somewhat attractive, and instead of asking him what kind of bread he wanted, I asked him what kind of bed he wanted. And, yeah, again, face, red, embarrassment. And then the one that I always think of, this will be the last one that I'm done, I promise. The one that I always think of, the stupidest thing I've ever said to anybody, probably. The manager there, he was really, well, let me preface this with saying I was a really big nerd in high school. I worked really hard to get really good grades. I took all the advanced classes, and I planned on going to college and, like, becoming this, like, high-powered career man. You know, I don't know, I expected to make a lot of money and advance in some really amazing career. So my boss comes up to me one day, and he's like, oh, Jim, you're such a good worker, you know, have you ever considered not going to college, just staying here and working your way up the ladder? And I said to him, without thinking, I was like, oh yeah, and then I'd go home and kill myself. Yeah, well, what I was thinking was, you know, I'd be really depressed because I'd worked so hard all my life to get good grades and stuff, only to get a job that you don't really even need a high school degree for. But, stupid thing to say, considering that is what he did. He has made a career out of managing a Boston Market, and I just insulted him like crazy without even thinking, and boy, did I feel like a jerk. Yeah, I don't think he liked me very much after that. Anyways, embarrassment. Thank you guys for tuning in. Sorry for the shoddy quality of this video and the lack of editing. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and once again, welcome to our newest member, and I'll see you guys next time.